Welcome to my recount review video of all the deaths / kill count from Piglet, the 2025 independent slasher movie. I hope you enjoy this video. Death number 1 is Gage. Gage starts talking smack to Piglet. Piglet breaks his chains using his superhuman strength and attacks Gage, punching him in the stomach multiple times with stabbing blows, pushes him down to the floor, and then stomps on his head until he crushes and flattens it. Death number 2 is Billy. Billy is terrified after seeing what Piglet just did to Gage. So terrified that she freezes and drops her gun instead of shooting Piglet with it. This allows Piglet to overpower her and use the chains that once restrained him to now wrap them around her throat and strangle her to death. Death number 3 is Mike. Mike is standing outside of the van the whole time that Piglet is killing both Gage and Billy, wearing headphones and oblivious to the chaos. So he doesn't hear Piglet exit the van. Piglet uses this to his advantage and sneaks up behind Mike, who was the driver of the van, and kills him. Deaths number 4 and 5 are Riley and Bruce. Riley and Bruce's car breaks down on the road with Riley's sister Courtney in the back seat. The three of them get bored sitting there, and they wander off into the forest. Courtney to do drawings in her sketch pad, Riley and Bruce to have sex. Riley and Bruce are both brutally killed when Piglet sneaks up behind Riley with a large hook and chain. Death number 6 is Courtney. Courtney, after discovering the dead bodies of her sister Riley and Bruce, sees Piglet standing there and tries to run away from him. She, in the process, gets her right leg trapped in a bear trap. Piglet catches up to her. He takes her to the barn, chains her up, and then stabs her through the chin with a hook. Death number 7 is Judith. Judith sneaks into the barn and discovers Courtney while she is still alive. She hears someone coming, so she goes and hides. After watching Piglet kill Courtney with the hook, Judith comes out of hiding and tries to escape, but Piglet sees her, grabs her, and snaps her neck. Death number 8 is Diane. Diane, after fornicating in a hot tub with Alex, decides to take a shower in her bikini. The creepy caretaker, Mr. Hogarth, walks into the bathroom while she is in the shower, opens the shower door, and then hacks her to death with an axe. Death number 9 is Alex. Alex doesn't realize Diane has been killed, so she, along with Susie and Kate, go to searching for her and their other missing friends. She ends up running into Mr. Hogarth in a corral. She gets hit in the back of the head, knocking her unconscious, by Piglet. Alex wakes up in the barn, where Piglet brutally bludgeons her over the head repeatedly with a hammer. Death number 10 is Brett. Brett, the helpful local, tries to step in and save Susie and Kate. Susie, thinking that he is responsible for their missing friends, has Kate tie his hands together. Mr. Hogarth and Piglet approach the girls. Mr. Hogarth knocks the shotgun out of Kate's hand and shoots Susie in the leg with it, while Piglet grabs Brett and repeatedly smashes his head off of what looks like a makeshift sawhorse. Death number 11 is Susie. Susie and Kate, with Susie now injured due to the shotgun wound to her leg, try to run off and escape. Susie, however, doesn't make it very far. She ends up in one of the corrals and gets captured, dragged away, and has her face sliced off with a knife by Piglet. Death number 12 is Officer Burke. Officer Burke is the corrupt cop who is in on the cannibal scheme. Officer Burke gets turned on by Kate, who seduces him into releasing her restraints. She grabs his hunting knife after he releases her, and then stabs him to death with the hunting knife. Number 13 is Mr. Hogarth. Mr. Hogarth is the accomplice caretaker. Mr. Hogarth returns to the dining room to discover that Officer Burke is dead. He gets cornered by final girl Kate, who manages to get him down onto the floor and then violently crushes his throat with a crowbar. Death number 14 is an unnamed welder. Kate manages to escape in the car, but the car breaks down. She makes her way through the woods and comes upon a welding shop in the woods. An unnamed man wearing a welding mask is in that shop. She runs away when he is snuck up on grabbed and killed by a surviving Piglet. At number 15 is Piglet. Kate, still trying to escape the nightmare that is Piglet, continues running through the woods. She hides behind a tree and waits for Piglet. Kate finds an axe, and in a final showdown in the woods with Piglet, she defeats the mutant hybrid once and for all by swinging the axe multiple times at his neck until she finally ends up decapitating him.